Magic players have had a roller coaster ride in the last 4 days. We've got to see all kinds of upcoming products. We've seen products like Final Fantasy Collector booster boxes continuing to rise in price and continuing to sell out. But now player attention is turning toward Tarkir Dragonstorm. We now get to look at the pre-order pricing for these products. And yes, you've probably guessed it, we have a lot to talk about because some of these prices just don't look right. There are those moments where you just know that you're right. Whether it's somebody accepting bad directions, whether it's maybe somebody picking the wrong movie, and you already know the outcome because the plot is so bad. But no matter where you went on any of these journeys, you spent money, and in some cases you spent more money than you anticipated. Well, you'll get to that later in the video. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thank you again for hanging out with me on my channel today. And yeah, we're discussing Tarkir Dragonstorm. It's an upcoming set, and after looking at the prices of Final Fantasy, players are very curious to see where Wizards of the Coast is headed with this pricing and just how expensive or inexpensive these products are going to be. Let's not forget that with Aetherdrift, we went down to 30 packs. And of course, Aetherdrift right now has 4 flat tires and nobody's going to be going to help them. They're just going to sit there waiting for CAA to come rescue them. And they're never coming because they didn't pay for the membership. They're just waiting. Bringing us back to Tarkir though, an upcoming set that a lot of players are anticipating is going to be a good set, including myself, and the anticipation and excitement is starting to build. So we want to take a look at pre-order pricing. What are we getting? What objects and pieces of these bundle packs are going to be available to us? How much money are we going to spend to get these things into our homes, into our hands, and of course into our decks, because that's the whole point. Well, let's take a look first at the pre-order pricing. Let's take a look at a local store here. I like to use these guys a lot because they are generally the cheapest, and that's 401 Games here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Now, when we're looking at this, first let's look at the bundle pack. $59.95 Canadian. And if you're in the US, you will knock off 40% of whatever price I'm giving you. Yeah, I know, almost half, but you're knocking off about that. Now, over here, we've got Tarkir Dragonstorm Collector Booster Boxes, $349.95. Then they got some bundle packs and crazy stuff. And look, there's the Final Fantasy that's sold out and you can't get them. But go ahead and take a look at the Tarkir Play Booster Box, bottom left-hand side of your screen, $184.95. It's very peculiar. $184.95. Well, let's take a look at something here. Let's jump over. First off, when we're looking at the collector boosters, you can see here they have more than 10 available, $349, and that actually falls in line with many other collector booster products right now. So nothing really looks really weird about that. And if you go and jump over and take a look at the sales on TCG Player, 271 and stuff definitely falls in step with what we're paying here in Canada with conversion rates. And you know what? They're selling a lot. They're selling well, and they're selling a lot considering we don't know any of the cards or really the whole makeup yet. So congratulations, Wizards. People do care about Tarkir. If you don't mess this up, you're going to do well right out the gate. But when we jump over and take a look at that Play Booster Box, $184.95 Canadian plus tax. So it's definitely cheaper than what we saw with 36 packs, but it seems a little off. Now, when we start jumping ahead and taking a look at other products, now here is Aetherdrift, and if you take a look at Aetherdrift right now on TCG Player, taking into account that same price, and yeah, I'm pulling out a calculator for you, you take the $134.98 times that by 1.40, $188.97 Canadian. So this product doesn't seem very far off the mark, but it's definitely a couple of bucks higher than it should be, about $5 more. Now, if we go and we take a look at other products like Murders at Karlov Manor, that's all the way down to 122 bucks. So okay, but that one at least has 36 packs, right? It has more packs and it costs, so, 10, 15 bucks less. It's kind of nice to know, assuming there was good cards that people cared about in Karlov Manor. Now, if we go and take a look at Duskmourn though, 159. So that's already kind of on an uptick. All right, we can go with that. We're not going to jump over to everything, but Outlaws of Thunder Junction, you can see here the trend of what they're doing with how these products are all laid out. But the real difference comes when we jump back and take a look at Aetherdrift. because those prices are on par with what you'd expect, but there's 6 packs less. But the price is about the same, but it's 6 packs less. But the prices are about the same, which means the price has increased or stayed the same, but they've taken something away. That's called shrinkflation. And I know if you're having a deja vu moment on my channel right now, it's because we've talked about this before. The real difference here is Wizards of the Coast said they were joining the set and draft boosters, 36 packs and 30 packs, into a better product with 36 packs that you were going to enjoy. And it's going to cost more than a draft box because they added that extra value of the 6 packs. But now we're back down to 30 packs, but the price hasn't shifted really. Yeah, it's technically less, but it's about $5 more than it was, so it's still more expensive. Now, in the US, and I know I have a lot of US viewers, the real difference in Canada versus the US, well, there's a lot of differences, but the real one here for us is the conversion rate plus import fees and taxes, duties and all that kind of stuff, and then we have a 13% sales tax. I am sure some of you guys are going to drop in that comment section that this does not cost as much in the States. And I know certain states, certain areas are going to have different prices. But when you looked on TCG Player, you look at the sales volumes, but look at the prices they're selling at, they're still on par, but you got less packs. This is a version of shrinkflation that is starting to appear, and it's very subtle. There's been no big announcement about a price change. There's been no big announcement about anything being taken away other than this 6 packs. And the price was downgraded, right? Like they lowered the price, but it's already kind of creeping up again. Now, I don't know if that's just purely import fees, but from what I can see in the TCG Player, as well as a few online stores I deal with in the States, everything's just a little expensive, like a couple of bucks. It's incremental, but it's tiny. And in some cases, barely noticeable, like $1.26 and stuff. It's really small, but it's still an increase. It's still a tick upward. And these are those kind of things that just bother me. And it's not that it's not going to be a great product. Players are excited for the product. It is the pricing. As you guys know, my biggest beef on this channel is pricing of products versus what we used to get. My price memory always will flood back to like $69 Canadian boxes back in 2014. And now we jump forward to 2025. Yes, I know, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. And you look at the new prices, and they can truly be intimidating for products like Final Fantasy, absolutely. But the base box, you think would they be trying to keep it in line. But when I look at what we're getting, it's about $5 more in Canada. And I know, I don't have to buy it. It's $5. I get it. It's only $5, Mox, man. Let it go. But how many $5 do I have to let go? When do I mention it? When do I not mention it? I mention it every time. So players are armed with the knowledge that even though they don't do a price announcement, there is still a shifting in the price. There is still a more expensive price to be paid for the hobby we love. And yes, everything goes up in life. Everything. And it seems like it's always our salaries that go up last to be able to dive into the things we enjoy. And I don't think right now Wizards of the Coast needed to do this. I know that the fourth quarter earnings says they kind of lost money, but really, I still think they're doing really well, and we just aren't seeing everything yet. So I'm not really concerned. But I know that company, and they're going to try to grind every dime out they can. And at first, I thought with Final Fantasy, those play booster boxes wouldn't really be touched. But that's not the case. And Tarkir looks like it just got a little flick in the right direction of creeping back up toward the $200 mark. Because it's not $179.95. It's $184.95, and that's $5 more. Just little tiny bits over and over. Death by 1,000 cuts, isn't that what they call it? You guys can leave some comments about that. I think it's death by 1,000 cuts. Little tiny increments over and over. Form of shrinkflation taking away. And it's one of those things that bothers me. I want to know if it bothers you. Is this something that gets you going? Is this something that get you revved up? Grind my gears from Family Guy? Is that how you're feeling? Just drop some comments. Let me know. I have now informed you and let you know that things have been upticking. Just a little tiny bit. Even the commander decks are up a little. A good selection of commander decks, by the way, but they're up a little tiny bit. And for those who are asking, about Mox Jasper. There's already pre-orders up for it. It's going for $100. It already sold like 5 copies. Okay, like it's already selling. And it's selling at a really high price. I myself would not be buying it right now on pre-order. We don't know how rare it's going to be. We don't know track printing. We don't know nothing. So I would not be buying it on pre-order, judging by how popular Tarkir is going to be. We're going to have a lot of people cracking these boxes. From Play Booster to collector boxes, a lot's going to be opened. Judging by how much will hit the market, prices always fall at the beginning. So keep that in mind, okay? Thanks again. Drop some comments. I will see you guys soon. Shop smart, shop smart, and always bring a friend to Magic. I mean, that's how you bring new people in. Join the cult of Magic. Have fun. It's a great game. And a big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons of my channel. Because of these amazing patrons, daily uploaded content is made possible for everybody on YouTube to enjoy. So thank you again for that daily support you guys show me by giving the videos a thumbs up, dropping some comments, and of course watching the whole video. Either way, I will be back tomorrow with another exciting video, and thanks again for watching today. Shop smart, shop smart. Okay, welcome back to the Ramble Jambly. This is the after party. If you made it this far in the video, you will definitely leave a boomstick in the comment section so I know you are worthy of being in the backstage area. You got past security, you climbed the fence, you did what you had to do, but that boomstick better be there. Now, that being said, any price increase bothers me. Now, technically prices have gone down, right? They're not $220 something a box in Canada for a Play Booster box. They're like $180 something, but Aetherdrift had it down to $179.95. Now they're up to $184, and that's pre-order pricing, which means it could technically go in there $5 or $10 higher, depending on how the boxes sell. MSRP, But either way, guys, anytime I see a price increase with shrinkflation attached to it, it's going to get me. It's going to grind my gears, like I said. It's going to bother me, and I'm going to be thinking about it. It's just going to be like churning away in my brain, saying, why do we accept it? It's a good question. I don't have an answer. This is just a ramble. I just enjoy playing the game, and I don't want it to cost that much for regular players to buy a couple of packs of a booster box. I don't care. Yeah, the store's got to stay in business. I get it. But Wizards, can't you just put a pause for a couple of years? Just put a pause, bro. Not everything has to be an upward climb to your golden parachute. Just put it on pause. Let players catch their breath. Stop shifting the goalposts. That's all I'm saying. Guys, thanks again. Ramble Jamble.